Hello everyone, this is yours truly again, J Blue 68 on Sunday, January the 19th. And I'm about to do a video now. Uh, it's kind of a late video to do. This is going to be my video based on my favorite comics, my three favorite comics for the year 2018. I should have done this at least about 2 weeks ago, but I've been a busy man. A lot of things I've been doing, been very busy, so I apologize that this video is late. My year-end review. Normally people do probably like 10 comics or so. I'm only going to do 3, especially since the video is late. I actually filmed another video with a buddy of mine, Michael, if he's watching this video. We filmed the video last weekend, about a 2-hour video, but we haven't had a chance to post it yet. There's been some technical issues with that video, so I decided to do this one kind of a little bit shorter than 2 hours. It's going to be definitely short, but as you see in front of you, the word damned, and I did a video on this particular comic before. This is DC Comics on their black label. You see that there. And this book received a lot of controversy because I believe Bruce Wayne appears naked or something in the book. It's a beautiful book. Let's see if I can get a chance to open it. You can actually take a look at the artwork of the pages there. Let's set this down. Reach over here and get it. Let's see here. Excuse the noise. I can hear it. You can hear I still got that soundtrack booming in the background there. That's the music from Star Wars Solo. It's on Netflix now. I can see it for free, and I'm still not interested in watching it. Oh, I took the board out too. I didn't mean to do that, but that's okay. Okay, so again, here's the book. Batman Damned. I'll need something to actually hold the pages down. I'm not going to show very much of it though, but here are the writers. Azzarello and looks like Bermejo. Brian Azzarello and Lee Bermejo. So I'm just going to show just a little bit of the book so you can see the detail of it. And again, I've done a video on this before, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. And you see Batman there. Looks like he's jacked up, man. He's taking a hell of a beating, it looks like. Blood gushing out of his side there. And I've said before, there are some comic books that are not for kids. And this black label that they're doing now is not really for children, in my opinion, because of the graphic detail of it. And again, there's a nudie scene, to my understanding, in the book. We won't show that. But here he is laying on a stretcher or something, surrounded by, looks like police officers and detectives. The artwork is phenomenal though, man. It's like this guy tries to cut off his mask there. Big mistake on his part. And you can see the language is quite graphic, so. Actually, all the comics that I'm going to be showing today are under parental guidance suggested label. Again, this is DC Comics there. So it looks like he got the crap knocked out of him trying to remove Bruce Wayne's mask. Like I said, that was a big mistake. Just look at the artwork there, man. I mean, that is amazing. That is amazing. I seen a video by Todd McFarlane. I watch a lot of his videos where he does a lot of drawings and artwork. He hasn't done any recently because he's steeped in working on the next live action Spawn film, which will be starring Jamie Foxx and Jeremy Renner. But he does a lot of videos where he shows what it takes to, draw comics, and each panel, what we read in a second, may take days to actually draw, flesh out the penciling, and the lettering and everything. But again, I'm a man who's very much into detail when it comes to this stuff, and I just love that. That is beautiful, beautiful, violently gorgeous. All right, we're gonna kind of stop right there because, like I said, I want to make this a short video because I did a long one, and Mike might still post that video when he gets a chance. He's a busy man himself. Book number 2 is out of this series, by the way, too. That's book number 2. And I don't know who that is. Looks like the Joker, but whoever this is looks quite vicious. All right, so let's move along here. To our next comic, which is a character I showed in my previous video, my unboxing of this particular character creature, alien. And I did a video on this too. This is also one of my favorite books. It's under, the Dark Horse Comics label. All right. Oh, Lord. My clumsy-itis is taking over. But look at that. Look at the artwork of that cover. This is the unproduced screenplay of 20th Century Fox's original screenplay version of Alien 3. The book is written by William Gibson, Johnny Christmas, and Tamra Bonvillain. I haven't read the book yet, so I'm not going to open it. This is book number 3. I'm not sure what the series number will be going to, or if it's a limited series. I believe it is. I think it might be 10 books, maybe 5. I'm not sure. But I'm not going to open this one up because I don't want to spoil any surprises for myself. All right. And then the last book on my list, favorite books of 2018, is Marvel's Punisher, the Platoon. And this is written by the Garth Ennis. Now, I read this entire series. It's a 5-part series. I'm going to go ahead and open this one up. Let's see. Take the book out there, the sleeve. All right. Move some of this stuff out of the way. All right, there we go. The Punisher, Frank Castle. And this symbolic skull on the side there. It's a very good book. Very depressing story. If you're in a depressed mood, I wouldn't suggest reading it. And during the time I read it, I was actually depressed. Some things that were going on very briefly in my life. Not anything to make any note of, but it deals with issues surrounding the Vietnam War. And the story is very realistic as it gets into things that were happening on both the American side and the side of the Vietnamese. What it reminded me of is 2 films that Clint Eastwood made years back. One was called Flag of Our Fathers, and then the spin-off sequel to it was what was it? Something about Hiroshima. Flags of Our Fathers and Letters from Hiroshima. I think that's what it was called. And he actually did a duology representation of a POV, so to speak, or a point of view from both points of view, from the American side and the foreign side, of what was happening during that particular Holocaust or war situation. And this book reminds me of that because it kind of does the same thing. It shows the points of view of the soldiers, and here are some of the soldiers here who served with Frank Castle discussing with a reporter, their recollection of him during the war and events that surrounded that particular situation. Now, this book is quite old. As you can see the advertisement here of the Inhumans. But this book started around the same time that the Inhumans was coming to an end when it was being televised on ABC. Which again was sometime in the early part of last year. Or it might have started in 2017 and it ended in 2018. Because it took a while for them to actually put out all 5 books. And here we get into the actual Vietnam War. The drawings are very well done. You know, it shows the soldiers in their encampments. Some are wounded and whatnot. There's a very realistic feel to it. The story does. Doesn't get into any superpowers or anything like that, which I don't have a problem with. But again, it stays more realistic and true to the events of the Vietnam War. Again, it's a 5-part series. It's depressing and moving and emotional, but good. Very violent too. It's a violent story. So again, parental guidance suggested with all of these books. If you should purchase them, and if you have children, then you want to keep them out of arm's reach of your kiddies. Okay. And it's the last page I'm going to show there. So I'm going to see if I can put these books back up again. Let's just do a quick summary. My 3 favorite books of the year end for 2018. I'll put this up here. Back where we started. So we have Alien 3 under the Dark Horse Comics label. Dark Horse Comics, who actually is producing the new version or new iteration of Hellboy. The trailer is out. I'm not that impressed by it, but I'm glad to return back to Dark Horse Comics. I haven't read a Dark Horse comic books in years. The last series I bought from them involved the Star Wars series that they were doing before Marvel took the reins of Star Wars back under the Disney belt. And that was Tales of the Jedi and Dark Lords of the Sith. Excellent series. Maybe I'll do a video on that one day too. Then next up, the first book I mentioned, of course, was Batman Damned under the DC Black label, DC Comics Black label. That's in the focus there. And then last, Punisher the Platoon under the Marvel label. So we have Dark Horse Comics, DC, and Marvel. My favorite 3 books from the year 2018, year in review. All right, that's it. That's all. Peace, love, and hair grease, y'all.